Alright guys, welcome back to Golazo España. In this video we're going to take a look at the major talking points concerning Barcelona in today's Spanish football dailies. I will do my best as ever to not butcher everybody's name. As you know, unless it's Jack Daniels or John Smith, I tend to struggle a little bit with the pronunciations, even in the Premier League, never mind LaLiga. So we're going to start with the stadium situation. The Spotify Camp Nou did not get the occupancy license yesterday. City Hall says there are still safety issues to correct, evacuation routes, access widths, rail heights and some confusing signage. So Barca can't host Real Sociedad there this weekend. The club is now targeting 18th of October versus Girona for the return, which the council says is plausible if everything is fixed in time. Until then, Montjuic remains available. President Joan Laporta even said they'll ask UEFA to allow the two different home stadiums in the group stage if needed, starting with PSG at Montjuic next week and moving to Camp Nou once licensed. To be clear, the pitch, lower tiers and matchday essentials look close to be ready after a media walkthrough, but internal areas still need finishing. Think provisional first team dressing room, using a visitor space, temporary press and operation zones, and final tweaks to access and signage. The goal is safety first, then spectacle, with the club and council collaborating to get it over the line for mid-October. Now, on the pitch, a heavy blow. Gavi has undergone arthroscopic surgery on the internal meniscus of his right knee and will be out for 4 to 5 months, not the initial few weeks that were hoped. The meniscus was sutured. I don't even know what that means, do you? To preserve it, put in a bandage, which lengthens recovery but protects the knee long term. It's a huge setback for Hansi Flick and for the player after a strong pre-season. There's another absence in midfield as well at Barcelona. Fermín López has a left psoas injury picked up at the end of the win over Getafe and will be out for around 3 weeks, leaving Flick short in the middle for the next run of games. The good news, Lamine Yamal has stepped back onto the grass and started ball work on his own. The staff are aiming to involve him around Real Sociedad and have him fully ready for the PSG tie. Now, Alejandro Balde rejoined group work for the first time. Still short for Oviedo and LaLiga, but trending well. And Pau Cubarsí has returned to full training after a knock. Up front, Ferran Torres continues to lead the scoring charts this season and is in top form. Despite that, his contract isn't on the table yet. His current deal runs until 2027. The sporting department likes him, but other priorities are ahead of renewal talks for now. A big individual performance note that was raised in the papers today, Dani Olmo made a huge case for more starts against Getafe, a gorgeous backheel assist for Ferran and his first goal of the season. Plus constant movement across the front line. With Fermín out, the door is open for Olmo to string starts together. Tactically, keep an eye on Flick's double nine. I think we mentioned this yesterday. Ferran Torres and Robert Lewandowski occupying central zones together from the start, not just as a late gambit. It worked versus Getafe, adds penalty box presence and gives Barca another attacking look when opponents sit deep. At the back, Eric García has changed his status. 5 league starts already, calm on the ball, aggressive in duels and posting elite passing numbers. With Inigo Martinez gone, Eric has grabbed the shirt and looks hard to shift. Now, transfer room and transfer planning. Deco and scout-in-chief João Amaral, held a low-key meeting with agent Gabriel Sabate. Classic networking on the South American market, apparently. Rather than anything being imminent, the strategy remains to spot emerging talent early and get ahead of richer bidders. Now, in one of the contracts, there was a column, they were talking about contracts, and it was Frenkie de Jong is the exception to the club's usual no walk to expiry stance. Laporta has confirmed they're working on his renewal and expect good news. And Frenkie's form alongside Pedri has been central to Flick's model. I feel like they've been talking about Frenkie de Jong's contract for ages, forever. There was speculation a while back that he could be on the move, but it seems like he wants to stay and they want to keep him. One more headline to watch beyond La Liga concerning Barca. La Liga president Javier Tebas says the plan to stage Villarreal and Barcelona in Miami is for December 21st, pending UEFA's position. It's framed as a branding move for the league. We'll see how the approval plays out. So basically, that's your Barcelona roundup this morning. Stadium license issues, injuries, returns, form of players, and the boardroom angles. I don't know what you think about that La Liga game being played in Miami. I'm not a fan of things like that. To be honest with you, I'm old school, so even when, my club Liverpool play, overseas, I understand why they do it, in pre-season. But I kind of like it when the big clubs, prop up the smaller clubs in English football. But you can understand why they're doing it. They're saying it's not just about Barcelona. This is about La Liga, promoting the league to the US audience, if you like. And, there's just no doubting that the Premier League is the league that attracts the most interest and revenue. And, La Liga wants a bit of that, so... Anyway, let me know what you think about that. What do you think? Is it all right to play a league game over in the US? I don't know. I am a fan of that, to be honest with you. Anyway, I'll leave it with you. If you enjoyed the video, man, I'm not even reading now. I go to the cafe in the morning. I go through it all. I have to translate it all, pick out the bits that you want. I create my script for you, so it's a little bit difficult reading from the script. And even now without a script, I'm struggling. So I'll try again. If you enjoyed this video, if you found it informative, please thumbs up the video. Please drop me a comment. Don't just watch and not interact with the channel. Interacting with the channel motivates me. It shows people want to watch the content. The channel's not monetized. Obviously, it doesn't get a great amount of views. It's brand new. So, YouTube look for interaction. I look for interaction. That's the most important thing. The channel's not monetized, but if you want to buy me a beer or a coffee, there is a link in the video description. But for now, I would just appreciate a subscription, a like, a thumbs up, and a comment. All right, guys. Now, if I see a bit of interaction, I'll be back here for you tomorrow. All right.